Not gonna lie, right? I'm losing faith in humanity. And this always happens, right? This always happens when I've been working and doing activism and learning about exploitation and how to prevent it and like how to start kind of a revolution. This just always happens. I'm just observing human behavior and it's just like, oh yeah, nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares enough is how it feels. I just want to rant about this for just a minute. That's all this video is. It's like it's like a journal, if you will. You know, it's like trying to get the thoughts out there, trying also to see, as I experience these things, if anybody else is experiencing them, which is exceedingly likely, by the way. I'm not too unique. I'm not very special or anything. I mean, we all have like shared humanity and we all suffer. Everybody is suffering all the time. All I truly want in this world is a large-scale revolution against exploitation on all levels of society. Every last thing. I just want a revolution. I just want some kind of fire to start. And of course, I want to start it. But, I mean, that would be a great honor for me and a great sense of purpose, would be to start that revolution. That's what I'm trying to do here, of course. But that's all I truly want. And so for this to happen, it's just like, it's insane. Because I need people on my side. And it's not a me battle, it's an everybody battle. So even that language doesn't make any sense. Everybody is required. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. And if you don't feel like you have a purpose in this life, you're just... I want to say you're wrong. And I do feel like you're wrong. If you want to say that your actions are meaningless, that is absolutely wrong. That is incorrect. Even when we are faced with such massive problems as the ones that I talk about here online, any action matters. Any action matters. So what exactly am I talking about? Why do I lose faith in humanity? Well, people, even in their absolutely most helpful careers and jobs and roles, and in the heights of their own productivity, they still ignore cruelties like factory farming or supporting corrupt systems that we all hate, like the government, right? And that sounds kind of broad and almost meaningless because of how broad it is, but, well, not really when you start to think about just how far the corruption in the government has gone. So if you're familiar with that, this may make sense. To me, this is unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. And to me, it feels gross because I've been listening to a lot of content online, a lot of podcasts about exploitation prevention, which is the area of learning that I want to dive into to try to understand how to protect the most vulnerable people among us, right? And I just hear their words, and it's just like, wow, it's amazing that you've sunk so much of your life into protecting people. But then there's these other groups in society that just go completely fucking unnoticed. And so I would wonder, and I would ask the world, if there is a way to just include everyone and everything. Is it possible? Is it possible? It's a question. It's a question I want an answer to. Also, parents, and this is the next reason that I'm losing faith in humanity. Guess I just go in a bullet point list, right? It's a good format for me. Parents will do anything for their kids except the absolute bare bones basics of exploitation prevention. And I'm thinking of the internet. You know what? Let's talk about that another time. Also, people just don't fucking care. Like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but just some people just don't give a shit. And it's really exhausting. I don't know. From my perspective, it seems like just because, I don't know, they got traumatized with life. Some horrible shit happened. By the way, everybody in the entire world is traumatized. That's what I've been learning, right? Everybody, period, is pretty much traumatized. So of course you'd get traumatized with the world and become a little bit bitter towards it, but it's very exhausting for somebody like me who still has some hope for the world. It's very fucking exhausting, especially when I want to see social cohesion and I want to see organization. And I want to see, quite honestly, a new revolution of social justice. We think about the social justice revolutions of the past, but oh my gosh, frog. We need a new social justice revolution for animals, for children who are being exploited, for anybody else who is left out. For fuck's sake, right? Fucking crazy, man. Also, people always tend to use this self-centered language. And it really, really confuses me. Confuses the hell out of me. Why are we not talking about real things? Why are we not talking about priorities in life? Why are we talking about, like, fashion? Like, what the fuck? Like, it makes sense for a second to, like, talk about fashion and you're just like, oh yeah, well I want to feel good about myself. I want to fashion, I want to do this and the. But then it very quickly doesn't make sense. By the way, this video sucks and I know that. I'm still going to fucking upload it. So how can we have any luxury while somebody else is being exploited? That confuses me. It confuses me. The fact that we can just live normal lives with like normal careers that have nothing to do with ending exploitation, have luxuries, while there's somebody a very small distance away from us, anywhere from a few feet to a few thousand miles, right? It's actually a travelable very short distance. The world is very small if you really look at it, right? There is somebody within that frame who is being abused. And it's very strange to me that we can focus on anything else, and particularly have a tone of voice, a sort of language, a default language when talking about the problems that we experience, which is very I-focused and very self-focused. And again, like the last point, it makes sense a little bit. And it makes sense for a few minutes. But when you're someone like me who has become familiar with the abuse that hides in plain sight in this society, it becomes very disgusting, of course. Moving on, this is my last bullet point, right? People aren't noticing the little details that uphold all the, shit that we hate. Like, we hate this, right? So why do we uphold it? Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. And I don't even need to name any examples. I've just spent like 10 videos naming examples of the things that we hate in society. We even hate factory farming, one of the most overlooked tragedies. And of course, child exploitation is just such a horrifying subject that, I have to add a trigger warning before discussing it in my videos, usually, if I get into details, right? Because it's so horrifying that we want to hide from it. Naturally, I guess, for a few minutes. But then you begin to realize that, like, oh, wait, oh, we are strong, capable people. It is our responsibility, like Batman, to go save these people. Not like directly, like just fucking build the infrastructure. I'm not asking you to be on the front lines. I'm asking you to build the infrastructure. Use your brain and your incredible gifts. And again, this circles back to why I do not understand why people don't feel a sense of purpose. It pisses me off. It makes me angry, right? To imagine that there are all these bright minds, everybody, including you. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You have a talent to contribute to this shared culture that I'm trying to build here, that I'm trying to lead the way into, of caring about the most vulnerable and exploited people among us. So yeah, like, we should have a discussion about this. Like, what do you think? Tell me, what do you think about this? You don't even have to comment, by the way. You could just fucking email me. I don't care. Just get in contact. Does this resonate with you? By the way, take action. Take action now. Like, if you have the voice in your head, the conviction, go. Do it. They can't wait. The people being abused, you know, who we're trying to prioritize now in my new idea of society, they can't wait. So neither can we. So let's go. Like, let's just fucking go. Let's fucking do it. And by the way, I have a sneaking suspicion that we ourselves will feel a great sense of deep purpose. And if societal, like, status, like, you know, perceived status of people, like social status, right? If it is my theory that by caring about these priorities, that will increase real social status. That's how it is for me. I support projects that are very conscious, projects and people that are very conscious of the hidden details. The devil is in the details, so we've heard. These little things that we overlook. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this today because it's one of the biggest problems in my life. Like, it throws me off. And it even makes me want to retreat into selfishness myself. It makes me want to crawl inside my body a little bit. But during periods of more overwhelm from all of this, I want to retreat into, like, this casual sort of self-preservation mode where I'm not necessarily doing harmful things to myself or others, but I'm just, like, hiding in. And by the way, there is potential for me to be angry with other people and, you know, harm myself. But that's not necessarily it. That's part of it. Not necessarily entirely it. It's more so just, like, retreating and just prioritizing myself, which feels a little bit gross. I mean, I'm really trying to not be selfish. Like, I'm trying to promote this healthy idea of, like, there's something greater than us. And by the way, I truly and sincerely hold that to be a fact. There is something greater than us in this world. Actually, if you're a new viewer, which is possible, I have, right now, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I have the potential to have reoccurring viewers on this video and new viewers, which is fucking amazing, by the way. Like, this is going great. I have not an iota of a fraction of the attention that, you know, I guess I want, or, you know, the average YouTubers have. But since people watch this, I want to say what actually shows me. I want to tell you about what shows me that there's hope in the world and that there is something greater than us. And this could be like the start of a sort of shared ritual, a shared observation, a shared practice, is traveling to somewhere dark, very dark, away from city lights. If you don't know, This is another one of those overlooked details that I've mentioned. But city lights drown out our view of the stars. It's a phenomenon called light pollution. And of course, my blood boils when I talk about it. So, me appearing somewhat calm and collected right now, it's an illusion, I assure you. Not quite. I'm a little bit relaxed right now, somehow. But if we go away from all that light pollution, what happens is that we see the stars not just as stars. Something different happens. We begin to see that there is a bigger picture, and this is what I call the bigger picture, begins to form. Is we see a body. It looks like a cloud in regular dark areas of the world. There's like a light pollution map that you can actually view online. And as you see this cloud-like thing in the sky, you'll realize it's not the cloud, it's the Milky Way. It's the Milky Way, and we've forgotten about it as a society. And the Milky Way shows us how beautiful life is. Because you can see that we are in a universe which is completely unfathomably huge, and there's just you're overwhelmed with beauty. This is my practice. This is what I do. Is I go into very dark areas. I pack up a backpack, and I go somewhere dark, truly dark. And of course, there's tons of symbolism behind this practice as well. For example, it being a dark place is how we describe sort of the hero's journey, or darkness, the metaphorical version of darkness in our conversations. And then of course there's another aspect of it, which is the fact that mankind has gotten carried away with its productivity. And so him simply turning on a light causes the most beautiful thing to ever be seen to slowly fade away and go unnoticed. So it's full of beautiful symbolism for like every other problem in society. That is something that I truly care about. And by the way, thank you for listening to that. Thank you for listening to this in general. I mean, that's it. That's the video. You can get in contact with me. I want to hear from you. If you are like me, then I also want to connect. Like, I genuinely want to connect and talk about things. If you have sort of the same convictions as me, or the same ideas as me, let's connect. Thank you.